The morning sun reflected off the polished marble steps of the downtown courthouse as Judge Marcus Henderson stepped outside, his briefcase in one hand and a coffee cup in the other. The air was crisp and alive with the chatter of lawyers, reporters, and civilians hustling through the busy square. Marcus had just presided over a high-profile civil rights case, one that drew attention from every corner of the city. He wasn't thinking about that now, though. He was thinking about heading home, changing out of his robe, and getting a few quiet hours before the next hearing. He was halfway to his car, a sleek black Tesla parked in the reserved judges section, when he heard a sharp voice behind him. "Hey! You! Stop right there!" Marcus turned, surprised, as a police cruiser pulled up with its lights flashing. The officer who stepped out was tall, white, and young, maybe late 20s, his uniform crisp, his badge gleaming. His name tag read Officer Daniels. "Yes, officer?" Marcus asked calmly, adjusting his glasses. "Don't move." Daniels barked, his hand already hovering near his holster. "I said stop." Marcus froze, taken aback by the sudden aggression. Around them, people began to slow down, sensing tension in the air. A few even pulled out their phones. "Sir," Marcus said evenly, "I'm not resisting. But may I ask what this is about?" Daniels squinted at him suspiciously. "We got a call about a stolen Tesla matching this description. You fit the description of the suspect." Marcus raised an eyebrow. "The suspect?" "Yeah," Daniels snapped. "Tall, black male, expensive suit, driving a stolen electric vehicle. So I'm gonna need to see your license, registration, and step away from the car." Marcus exhaled slowly, keeping his composure. "Officer, this is my vehicle. It's registered in my name. You can run the plates." "I said step away from the car." Daniels shouted, his voice echoing across the parking lot. A few people gasped. The officer's hand now rested fully on his gun. Marcus took a slow breath and stepped back, refusing to let his temper show. He'd seen scenes like this play out too many times, men like him stopped, questioned, humiliated for simply existing in the wrong place at the wrong time. But never had he imagined it would happen to him, outside the very courthouse where he upheld the law every day. "Hands where I can see them." Daniels barked again. Marcus raised both hands slightly, still holding his coffee. His tone remained calm. "Officer, this is unnecessary. If you check my ID, you'll see exactly who I am." Daniels sneered. "Yeah. And who's that supposed to be?" "I'm Judge Marcus Henderson," he said quietly, his voice carrying authority that came from years on the bench. For a moment, Daniels hesitated, just long enough for uncertainty to flicker in his eyes, but arrogance quickly took over. "Right," he said mockingly. "And I'm the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Get real." Marcus's patience thinned, but he kept steady. "If you'll look in my briefcase, you'll find my judicial ID and courthouse credentials. Or, you can walk 20 feet inside that building and ask anyone who I am." But Daniels didn't listen. Instead, he radioed in, his tone smug. "Dispatch, I've got a suspect refusing to comply. Possible stolen vehicle situation. Requesting backup." By now, a small crowd had gathered, whispering and recording. A security guard from the courthouse ran out, his eyes wide. "Officer! That's Judge Henderson," he shouted, gesturing frantically. "He works here." Daniels turned sharply. "Stay back, sir. I've got this under control." "No, you don't," the guard said firmly. "He's one of the senior judges on the civil bench." The officer froze for a split second, his eyes darting from the guard to Marcus. The calm dignity in Marcus's face suddenly made sense, the quiet confidence, the tailored suit, the courthouse ID badge clipped discreetly to his briefcase. Daniels' stomach dropped. "Wait, you're actually a judge," he stammered. Marcus finally lowered his hands. "Yes, Officer Daniels," he said coolly. "And you just detained me in front of my courthouse without probable cause." The air was thick with silence now. People stopped filming, sensing the officer's embarrassment. Daniels's face flushed red. "Sir, I didn't realize, it's just, we got a call." Marcus cut him off gently. "You didn't realize because you didn't look. You saw my skin color, my car, and you made an assumption. That's the problem." Daniels opened his mouth but had no words. The courthouse security guard shook his head in disbelief. Marcus took a sip of his coffee and straightened his tie. "Run the plates, officer. You'll find they belong to me. Marcus L. Henderson, registered judge of the Superior Court." Daniels quickly tapped on his tablet, and within seconds, the system confirmed it: Judge Marcus L. Henderson, owner of the vehicle, no prior incidents. His heart pounded with regret. "Sir, I'm so sorry. This was just a misunderstanding," Daniels mumbled, eyes on the ground. Marcus looked at him steadily, his tone calm but cutting. "A misunderstanding is when you forget someone's name. This, officer, was a violation. One you need to think about long after today." Without another word, the judge unlocked his car and slid inside, leaving Daniel standing by the curb, humiliated, sweating, and painfully aware that everyone around had witnessed exactly what happened. As Marcus drove away, he glanced in the rearview mirror at the courthouse, the same place where he spent his days fighting for justice. For the first time, he realized just how deep the injustice still ran, even right outside its doors. The next morning, the story had already spread through every hallway of the courthouse. Someone from the crowd had posted the video online, the footage of Officer Daniels stopping Judge Marcus Henderson, hand on his gun, demanding identification while the judge calmly explained who he was. By sunrise, it had gone viral. The clip had millions of views, shared across social media under the caption, "A white cop detains a black judge, then instantly regrets it." Marcus didn't even have to check his phone to know it had blown up. Everywhere he walked, people's eyes followed him. Some nodded with respect, others looked away, embarrassed on behalf of the system. The courthouse janitor paused mid-mop to say quietly, "Judge Henderson, good on you for keeping calm. I couldn't have done it." Marcus smiled politely but said nothing. Calm was all he had left yesterday, the one thing that separated reason from chaos. When he reached his chambers, his clerk, a young woman named Erica, was already waiting with a concerned expression. "Judge, the Chief Justice wants to see you. Immediately." Marcus sighed and set down his briefcase. "I figured as much." As he walked through the courthouse corridors toward the administrative offices, whispers followed him like an echo. It wasn't just that a judge had been profiled, it was that this judge, the man known for his integrity and fair rulings on civil rights cases, had experienced exactly the injustice he spent years fighting against. Chief Justice Alan Prescott was waiting in his corner office. A seasoned man in his 60s, Prescott had served with Marcus for over a decade. He gestured toward the chair across from his desk. "Marcus, please, sit." Marcus obliged, his posture straight, expression unreadable. Prescott folded his hands. "I saw the video. I imagine half the country has by now," Marcus replied dryly. Prescott sighed. "I wanted to say first, I'm sorry. You didn't deserve that. No one does." "I appreciate that," Marcus said, his tone calm but distant. "The mayor called this morning," Prescott continued. "The police commissioner, too. They're both deeply concerned. There's talk of disciplinary action against the officer." Marcus tilted his head slightly. "Talk is good. But accountability would be better." Prescott nodded. "That's what I wanted to ask you. What do you want to happen?" For a long moment, Marcus was silent. He looked out the window, watching traffic crawl past the courthouse steps where it all happened. "Yesterday, I was a black man with a car that looked too expensive. Today, I'm a judge again. But I can't forget how quickly that